Hello everyone, welcome to my TED Talk, or should I say, Friend Talk. By the way, today is the 31st of December and in just a few hours it's gonna be 2025. I believe everyone's excited, but we still have time before 2025. So now let me ask you a few questions. Have you ticked all the boxes in your bucket list? Have you finished all your tasks, accomplished all your plans for 2024? No. Now let me guess why you weren't able to accomplish everything you've planned for 2024. Fear. It is your fear of being seen, fear of being vulnerable, fear to be judged, and your fear of looking stupid is what's stopping you. Shout out to Alchemy, by the way. It is fear that held you captive. It is fear that tied your hands from doing all those things you wanted to do. It is the fear that denied you the chance to try out new things, to be truthful, and to be you. And I'm not just saying this out of nothing. I am saying this because I was once in your situation. And maybe I still currently am. But I am working my way out of that fear and out of my comfort zone, so I could thrive and hopefully one day arrive to where I wanted to be, to where I feel like I belong to where I feel like myself. Now, I believe I've mentioned before that my first video was supposed to come out first thing this year because I've got everything planned since last year. But I've only got to post it last August. Imagine, it took me 7 whole months doubting myself, asking myself every single day, is it enough? Is it perfect? Would anyone even get to see it? What would they say if they see it? Would they say negative stuffs? Would I receive negative feedbacks? Would they even like it? I feared being seen. I feared being vulnerable in front of the camera. And to everyone who's maybe gonna get to watch my video, I was so afraid of being made as a laughing stock. But all of those fears were eradicated the moment I posted my first video. Because when I finally gathered enough courage to post it, the feedbacks I received were very far from what I've expected. The negative feedbacks I've had in my mind were answered with positive, kind, and warm remarks from those who watch it. I have been doubting myself since the moment I've started filming last January until the moment I posted it last August. But all along, I've been fearing for nothing. I've been asking myself these questions. I've been doubting myself. But when I finally did it, nothing of those negative thoughts I've had happened. I feared for nothing. And I used to think that I've just wasted 7 whole months doubting myself and I could just posted it the moment I finished all the productions. But I no longer think about it and regret about it. It happened and the only thing we can do now is to continue living, to move forward. Sabi nga sa kanta ni Elsa, the fear that once controlled me can get to me at all. It's time to see what I can do to test the limits and break through. So yeah, sometimes we just have to let go, to let it all go, to just let it take us to where it will take us. Sabi nga sa Matthew 6 verse 34, therefore do not worry about tomorrow, for tomorrow will worry for itself. Each day has enough trouble of its own. It's just simply saying that we should live at the moment, not in the past, not in the future, but in the present, right? Another thing that fear made me do is to lie and make excuses. It is the fear that separated me from the truth. I remember when they used to ask me about what course I'm taking and what year I'm currently on, I used to say a different course, a different one from what I've enrolled. And I used to say that I am currently in the same year like the rest of my peers, when in all honesty, I am not, because I took a break. I left school, I left university, but because I was too ashamed of telling the truth, I lied. I made excuses because I was too afraid of being laughed at, because I was too ashamed of being looked down. Because in the society that we currently live in, we are expected to follow one linear path. to finish school without taking a break, and to find a job upon graduating, and to settle for a family before you are too old for the market. That is what we are expected to be. And the fear of not meeting those expectations made me say untruthful things that I regret saying. But then later on, I realized there is nothing to be ashamed of what I did for leaving school, for the sake of myself, for the sake of my well-being. Kasi ginawa ko yun para sa sarili ko. Ginawa ko yun kasi hindi na maganda yung pinatutunguhan habang pinipilit ko yung sarili kong mag-aral. Kahit hindi na kaya ng sarili ko, kahit hindi na kaya ng katawan ko, kahit hindi na kaya ng utak ko. And that's when I decided na hindi pwedeng magpatuloy-tuloy na ganito. Hindi pwedeng ipilit ko pa yung sarili ko kasi hindi na talaga kaya. I won't leave school without any valid reason. Sabi ko nga, I never expected myself leaving school. And that's like part of my bucket list. That is part of my dream, to finish school, to have a degree of something that I want. Pero anong magagawa ko kung hindi na nga kaya ng sarili ko? Now, if someone asks me about it, I just answer truthfully. And I'm not expecting everyone to understand it and sympathize my situation. But by telling the truth, by being truthful to myself and with my answers, that is enough to affirm me that I made the right choice for myself. Now, I remember when my friend asked me nung isang araw, kung ano daw ba yung talagang rason bakit ako tumigil. And I simply told him, because if I didn't, I wouldn't be here anymore with you. Which is true. Kung hindi ako tumigil, wala ako ngayon dito. Hindi na nila ako kasama. I wouldn't be here filming this video. It did not ask any more questions, and I felt understood. What I am trying to say is that be truthful to yourself and to others, regardless of what they'll say. At the end of the day, sabi nga sa book of John chapter 8, verse 31 to 32, if you abide in my word, you are truly my disciples, and you will know the truth, and the truth will set you free, which is very beautiful. Another thing, I know I've said that you should do things you're comfortable doing and what makes you feel good. Likewise, sometimes you also need to try out new things, even if it doesn't make you feel comfortable, and even if at the end of the day it doesn't make you feel good, because sometimes that would help you conquer your fear. And sometimes you'll figure out that you don't actually hate the thing, you just fear it at first. That's why you haven't tried it. But once you conquer that fear, maybe you'll find out that will actually become your new favorite thing to do. And even if you don't, at the end of the day, you'll just thank yourself. You'll thank yourself for giving it a try, right? I mean, trust me when I say that I'm still not used to, I'm still not comfortable talking in front of the camera. I think you could say, you could tell at some point. Just here in my room, talking alone with my family around the house, hearing what I'm saying without any context. That is not the most comfortable thing, That's not the most comfortable thing to do. That's not the most comfortable experience that I am having. And even filming in public, actually, I'm still not used to it, but I still try to do so because this is what I want to do. I enjoy doing it. I love doing it. So even though those stares I get from people makes me feel uncomfortable, I still try. I still do it. And I believe that by doing it consistently would help me conquer that fear of being seen, of being vulnerable, and relieve me from this uncomfortability that I'm feeling while filming in public. And I genuinely hope that the same goes for you. Just keep trying, keep on doing it until you're no longer bothered by what other people would say about you and what you are doing. Because again, at the end of the day, they're not the one who's feeding you. They're not the one who's bringing food into your table. They're not the one who is keeping you alive. They're not the one who's making you feel good about yourself. It is the things that you enjoy doing. So keep going. Keep going. Besides, there's still time. Hanggat may oras, gawin mo. You still have time. There's still what time is it? It's currently 3:37. Still have more than 8 hours before 2025, and we still could accomplish a lot of things in those remaining time that we have before 2024 ends. I still have a wall to paint. I still have a room to clean and fix. I believe you could tell. I still have one more project to film. I still have a video to edit. This video that I'm currently filming, I still need to edit it. I still need to post it today, hopefully, before I start preparing for tonight's evening mass. So yeah, hanggat may oras, gawin mo. While there's still time, do it. Now, I think this is where it ends for now. So now, go do whatever you still need to accomplish, and I'll go do mine. And I guess I'll see you on the next one. I'll see you this 2025. Adios.